Good day, everyone. For our report under the lesson 9, which is the global demography, I will be discussing population and economic welfare. So, this section explains how the size and behavior of family affects economy and how the population patterns shape the communities. Before ko mag-start, I'm going to discuss what is global demography. So, ang global demography DI is a study how the world population changes over time. It is important that population factors such as birth rates, death rates, aging, migration, and how people distributed in rural and urban areas. So the purpose of global demography is to understand why population in some countries growing fast, while others listen and how these changes affect economy, society, resources, and development. Now, mag-proceed na to sa population and economic welfare. Ang population and economic welfare DI is how the number of people affects the quality of life in a community or country. Kaya if there is too many people and not enough jobs and resources, life become harder. If the population is balanced, people have their own income, service, and opportunities. When couples are asked why they want children, their answer would always focus on their emotion. For example, children symbolizes of love, strong, and successful union. It is also ensures that the next generation continues family's name and kinship line. However, families also consider the economic side. They think about the cost of raising a child and the extra responsibilities that being involved. So because of this, they ask themselves, is having a child will help the household or add more financial burden? In rural areas, families tend to have more children because for them, children can help them through farming activities such as planting, harvesting, and poor families rely heavily on children when operating small family farms or small business. So like in rural areas, more children means more helping hands, which improve the family's economic survival. In urban areas naman, they are built different. They are more educated, professional, and couples prefer only one or two children because both of them are busy with their full-time work and have limited time for childcare. So in urban families, they are also focused on saving monies for future, such as retirement, healthcare, and especially education. Since city life is expensive and urban couples tend to keep their family in a smaller, mas dali ang budgeting. Let's move to kinship network. In rural areas, kinship are more stronger. Families are large and relatives live close together. Children help them with agricultural works and grandparents help them to bantay their grandchildren. So in rural areas naman, kinship are weaker because ang family is gapalayo sila sa ilahang mga family pod so that kanang ginahandle nila ang challenges on their own na without the family support. This different affects how families survive economically. So now let's move to policy implications. These are different family sizes affect a country's social and economic policy. For example, countries that rely on agriculture tend to grow faster in population because in rural areas, families have more children. According to 1880 UN report, rural areas made up 85% of world population. were expected to raise up to 90%. This shows that how population distribution influence developing planning. Now let's move to changes in agricultural population. Although the number of agricultural workers increased and the overall percentage in the world population declined from 1980 to 2011, agricultural population went from 2.2 billion to 2.6 billion. But the percentage got smaller because more moved in cities. The main reason of urban population growth is migration, not higher birth.
Good day, everyone. Today, I'll be discussing the perils of overpopulation. In this report, I will explain the history of overpopulation, government responses, economic perspective, the role of women and feminist views, and the current challenges of population growth today. First, the perils of overpopulation. Overpopulation occurs when the population growth exceeds available resources, causing major and environmental problems. So overpopulation happens when the number of people grows faster than the resources available to sustain them, such as food, job, and land. When this occurs, it can lead to serious problems like famine, poverty, unemployment, environmental damage, urban condition, and political instability. These challenges increase competition for essential services and may result in social unrest. Next is the historical perspective. Malthus and later the Ulrich warned that rapid population growth could outpace food supply and lead to widespread suffering. So the concern over overpopulation is not new. In 1798, British scholar Thomas Malthus warned that population growth could outpace food supply, causing famine and suffering. Later, in the 1960s, Paul and Anne Ehrlich wrote the population bomb, predicting environmental disasters and food shortages and population growth continued. They suggested measures such as family planning, sterilization campaign, and government programs to manage population growth. Next is the government responses. Many countries use strict population control policies, which reduce growth but also raise ethical issues and harm vulnerable groups. Countries like China, India, and the Philippines implemented population control programs to manage rapid growth. China's one-child policy and mass sterilization campaign were intended to prevent resource crisis. While these measures help control population growth, they also raise ethical concerns, targeted poor or marginalized groups, and sometimes cause gender imbalances or arguing populations. Critics argue that such policies often controlled women rather than empowered them. Next is the effect of overpopulation. Overpopulation affects the economy by increasing unemployment and poverty. It can strain agriculture, leading to hunger and malnutrition. Environmental issues such as pollution, deforestation, and resource depletion often intensify. Urban areas face traffic congestion, slums, and housing shortage. Limited resources can trigger social and political instability. Next, let's move on to population and the economy. A growing population can boost the economy when there is a large, productive workforce supported by technological advances. Population growth is not always negative. A larger workforce can boost economy development by encouraging innovation and increasing production. In East Asia, Between 1965 and 1990, the working age population grew faster than dependence, contributing to economic growth, a phenomenon known as the demographic divide. Technological and agricultural advancement like the Green Revolution also helped prevent widespread famine. Next is women and reproductive rights. Empowering women through access to reproductive health and education helps reduce fertility rates and improve national development. Women are central to managing population growth. Access to contraception, family planning, and safe abortion enables women to make choices about if and when to have children. Countries such as Bolivia and Ghana experience declining fertility rates and improved maternal health after expanding reproductive health programs. Empowering women allows them to pursue education and careers, benefiting both families and national development. Next is the feminist perspective. Feminists argue that solving population issues requires equality and social services, not perceived population control. Feminists argue against compulsory population control because it is disempowering. They highlight that poverty and environmental problems are often caused by unequal wealth distribution and inadequate social services, not population growth alone. Solutions should focus on education, healthcare, gender equality, and voluntary family planning rather than coercive policies. Lastly, the population growth today. The global population is rising rapidly, especially in developing countries, increasing demand for food, resources, and sustainable planning. The global population is currently around 7.4 billion and is projected to reach 9.5 billion by 2050 and 11.2 billion by 2100. Most of this growth will occur in developing countries, creating challenges for food production and resources management. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization, food production must increase by 70% to meet future demand. Population growth requires careful planning, sustainable policies, and women's empowerment to ensure stability.
So, criticism of population control. So, what is population control? So, okay, so first, let's understand what our population control means. So, it refers to strategies and policies aimed at managing the growth of a population. So, this can include things like promoting family planning, providing access to contraception, so or even government policies that limit the number of a children or a family can have. So, who is Bestie Hartzman? So, Bestie Hartzman is a scholar who has studied population issues. She has a strong opinions about population control, particularly focusing on the negative aspects of these measures. So, here, what are the criticism? I mean, so criticism is a criticism of population control. We are looking at the arguments or a reason why some people like Bessie Hartzman so believe that population control measures might not be a good idea. So, what are the criticisms? So, I have example of criticism. So, the ethical concerns. So, some people argue that population control can lead to violations of human rights. So, for example, if a government tells people how many children they can have, it can interfere with personal freedoms and choices. So, East Asia is a place to look, for example, so of how people growth has helped the economy. So countries like China, Japan, South Korea has experienced significant population growth in the past. So, and this has often led to rapid economic development. For example, in China. So, as the population grew, the country became a manufacturing powerhouse, producing goods for the world and creativity millions of jobs. In South Korea naman is a growing population helped fuel a tech boom with more people working in industries that created popular products like smartphone. So the text is saying that having more people in the country can be a good thing for the economy. So it can lead to more workers, greater demand for products, and a burst of creativity. So by looking at East Asia, we can see um, real life examples of how this work out positively. So the population growth can be a driving force for economic. So, what is a demographic dividend? So, imagine a country is a big team. So, in this team, there are different age groups: kids, teenagers, adults, and older people. So, the working age group usually refers to adults who are between the age about 15 and 64. So, and the economic advantages is when a country has a larger number of people in the in this working age group compared of those who are very young like children, di ba? Or very old like mga na-retire na, then it can lead to some economic advantages. So what are women's reproductive rights? So women's reproductive rights refers to the right of women to make choices about their own bodies, particularly regarding pregnancy and childbirth. So this includes the right to access contraceptions, the right to safe and legal abortion, and the right to receive proper healthcare during pregnancy and childbirth. So what are the rights, or what are the women's rights important? So when women have control over their reproductive choices, they can make decisions that are best of them and their families. So, for example, if a woman can choose when to have children, she can plan better for her education and career. So, this means she can contribute more to the economy, whether by working or by investing in their children's future. So, examples countries like Bolivia and Ghana. So, di ba? Bolivia and Ghana that have made progress in certain areas of development. So, this progress is linked to the introductions of laws and policies focused on reproductive health. So, um, reproductive health reproductive health laws and policies. These are rules and guidelines that help people access health services related to reproduction. So, this can include family planning, maternal health care, and educations about sexual health. By improving access to these services, countries aim to ensure that people can make informed choices about their health and family. And next is development indicators. So these are measures that show how well a country is doing in various aspects of life. So such as health, education, and economic growth. So for example, a country might look at many people have access to healthcare, how many children in school, especially, or how many people have jobs. Ang mga tao na mga trabaho nga ilang gina-check or ginano nila nga pila ka tao ang naitrabaho, like something inana. So next is the improvements and development. So development is that when countries like Bolivia and Ghana put these reproductive health laws into place, we saw positive changes, normal na, nana. So this could mean that more women were able to get the healthcare they needed during pregnancy, diba? So, or that families were better able to plan when to have a children. So, di ba na naman jud na nga kanang before ta mo mag-anak or before manganak, gina-check sad is kanang if na ba ang baby, maatiman ba siya sa healthcare, something na bitaw. So, for example imagine a country where women didn't have access to good health care during pregnancy. If that country starts to create laws that provide better medical services and educations about family planning, more women might have healthier pregnancy. Diba kung sakto lang sa dang ilang mga healthcare lugar nga mga panginahanglan nun, normal mag-anak sila nga mag-anak, diba? So in this return, can improve the overall health of the populations and support economic growth as healthier families can contribute more effectively to society. So, di ba? Sa katuha, the text highlights how specific countries have benefit from focusing on reproductive health, leading to improvement in their overall development. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Today, I be the one to discuss the topic about feminist perspective and food security. Feminist view on reproductive rights and population control. Feminists view reproductive rights as a fundamental human right centered on bodily autonomy and gender equality and are critical of perceived population control measures that historically target marginalized groups. Feminist ideology views reproductive rights, including access to safe and legal abortion and contraception as a fundamental human right essential for women's empowerment and equality. Next is 1994 UN International Conference on Population and Development. Emphasized reproductive rights, gender equality, and women's empowerment as central to sustainable development. The 1994 ICPD in Peru was a landmark event that shifted the global conversation from top-down population control goals to a focus on reproductive rights, gender equality, and women's empowerment as a central to sustainable development. Next is current global population trends. The world population recently 2024 is around 8.2 billion. The population has grown dramatically, reaching about 8.2 billion in 2024. This is a result of people living longer and surviving to have children. Next is earlier projection from the UN estimated by 2100, the global population could reach 11.2 billion. The United Nations earlier projection of 11.2 billion people by 2100 was based on unexpected continued high global population growth rates driven by a large number of people of reproductive age due to past high fertility. Next is food security challenges and FEO recommendations. Food security challenges include climate change, population growth, growing agricultural productivity, and rising food prices along with food loss and waste. Food security challenges are driven by a combination of factors including complex climate change, economic downturns, and market volatility. The FAO advocates for a comprehensive human rights-based approach to address these challenges centered on transforming global agri-food systems to be more efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. In conclusion, demography and globalization are inextricably linked, each acting as both a determinant and a consequence of the other. Understanding their interplay is crucial for effective policymaking, economic development, and social stability in an interconnected world. And that's all. Thank you.